Hey everybody, Butch Stearns here. Let's talk some tennis. Here in New England, tennis is a sport that has risen and fallen in popularity over the years. But right now, it's thriving on the South Shore. And the reason? Some dedicated and passionate people who are being recognized and rewarded for continuing to grow tennis in fun ways for everyone.
What I love about tennis, the fact that you could play it from age 4 to age 90. And you don't need a big group to do it.
Tennis is a sport you can fall in love with, and right now it's thriving on the South Shore, not because of private groups and exclusive tennis clubs, but because of support from all places, the YMCA.
There's not a lot of Ys that have tennis. We're fortunate. We are in a community where tennis continues to be strong.
You know, the Y is very much, it's always been known as more of a gym and swim. There's only, you can count on your hands and toes, how many hands and feet, how many Ys have tennis in America.
The Emelson Y in Hanover is one of those facilities that does have tennis and a long history of it.
This used to be the Mill Pond Tennis Club. So when the Y purchased it, they were purchasing an 8-court facility. And then over the first few years of owning it, back in 1999, 2000, they added 6 clay courts. So they really invested in tennis, and I've seen a growth. We're probably at our highest peak right now since I've been here in 18 years.
But as tennis grows here, this facility remains committed to the YMCA's mission.
The Y is an amazing organization because it's really about empowering people.
I think if you ask any Y professional why we get involved, it's about helping people.
And that means helping all people in their community, like veterans.
In the summertime, or basically from April to October, at Peter Igo Park in Marshfield, we bring the vets down there. In the wintertime, or starting in November, we bring the vets over here to the Y. Bob has been fantastic as the senior tennis director here. He offers us the courts and the equipment with no charge. So it's a win-win for all organizations.
How long have you been involved with the Y?
22 years.
Really?
Yes.
Lucy Dickman runs the South Shore Y's Inclusion Program.
My inclusion program is a program for anybody with any type of disability.
Every Wednesday from 3 to 5, they'll come in here, and it's just astonishing. Many of them have a developmental disability, but they love the game. It's a bond for them. It's astonishing to see what it does.
They're all friends. We travel. We go to tournaments all over the United States. They have made lasting friendships. You know, we have a lot of fun.
And those having fun with tennis at the Y also include people in wheelchairs.
I had polio when I was 1.5 years old, and that limits me. I have a brace on my left leg. I was a teacher for 36 years and very competitive person. I played ping pong. So after that, I was looking for something to do. So a friend of mine said, why don't you try getting in a chair and playing tennis?
When you watch someone in a wheelchair play tennis, what goes through your mind?
How do they do it? I've tried it. It's hard. You say, oh, you're sitting in a chair with wheels. Can't be that hard. But when you put a racket in one hand and you've got to control the entire wheel and chair with your other hand, it's almost impossible to do. It takes a while to learn it.
When able-bodied people get in a wheelchair to go play tennis, what do they find out right away?
What they find out is you have to move. The ball's not going to come right to them.
Well, it's a whole nother skill. It's just it's not a tennis skill necessarily, it's more of a movement skill. Right. Being able to get that chair around the court and being able to see it and then react to it with the chair.
At this point, I don't think I'm in a wheelchair. It's just I've never been able to move so well in my life as I can now that I'm in a wheelchair.
For their efforts, the South Shore YMCA and Marshfield Tennis Club are 2 of the 36 programs nationwide receiving wheelchair grassroots grants from the U.S. Tennis Association.
Every year, the USTA Wheelchair Department gives about $50,000 in grants to very local area. That's what we look for. Obviously, there's a large focus on wheelchair and adaptive because we have an entire department based on that. The local programs in Massachusetts were definitely given to some YMCAs, and their goal is to have more programming throughout the year. So in the past, they've done 1 or 2 clinics every couple of months, and now they want to grow that program and do it weekly.
That's the goal. We want younger people involved in this, and I know as a person who's been handicapped since, 1.5 years old, that had I had that opportunity growing up, I would have really wanted to do that.
These grants will make a big impact. New equipment will be purchased. volunteers will be better supported, and 2 new tennis-specific wheelchairs will be bought. But mostly, these grants are going to allow these dedicated people to continue to change people's lives through tennis. Are you changing people's lives? It feels like you are.
I believe we are.
How proud are you of being a part of it all?
Oh, extremely, extremely proud.
I'm real proud of it because I think we're doing something good, and we're not getting paid for it, so it's even better.
Passionate people. The grants that they're getting are going to allow them, as I said, to buy equipment, but specifically they're going to have 2 new tennis-specific adaptive wheelchairs to help grow the sport, Tom.
All right, I saw Emerson YMCA.
Yeah.
Clear up what it all means to me, though. So what's the South Shore YMCA?
The South Shore YMCA is based in Quincy, but there's a facility in Quincy, there's a facility in Hanover, there's one in Norwell. There were 3 grants given, one to the Marshfield Tennis Club, the South Shore YMCA, and the South Coast Wheelchair Tennis Association down in Attleboro, which we didn't get to, unfortunately. But
It was nice to see the cross-section of people, everyone getting along and everyone working with each other, trying to help each other out.
well, I went in to do a story about the grants and found out that the YMCA tennis is thriving there in a lot of different ways. A lot of great people there.